Hey guys, it's Astaviz, this time with episode 2 and 3 of season 4, My Hero Academia. Apologies for the combined video. I've just finished all my exams and basically I'm a free man now. So let's not waste any time. I want to have this out by tomorrow when episode 4 comes out because from the episode preview of episode 3, the action starts now, or then. Also, I'm trying something new. Instead of me in front of the camera, I wanted to try and do a voiceover. I'm still using Windows Movie Maker. So I don't know if it's going to make it easier or harder since I haven't used anything else. But let me know what style you prefer, me in front of the camera or maybe a voiceover. If you could like the video or subscribe, it would help me out to know that someone's watching and likes my content. Anyway, here's my hot take on episode 2 and 3, starting with 2. Today's episode is called Overhaul, and basically Midoriya is trying to find a place for his work study. Meanwhile, Overhaul meets with the League of Villains. So the episode kicks off with Gran Torino being revealed to be working with the police, and mentioning to Midoriya for the first time that he should maybe pursue working with Night Eye, the sidekick of All Might. We see Overhaul meeting with the League of Villains, where we find out, like Deku, he looked up for All for One, and is the head of the Shie Hasakai Yakuza clan. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. With All Might out of the way, there's a space for a new leader, so he's trying to take up that position. We also find out that Overhaul is not a lone person. He has a gang that follows him, kind of like the League of Villains. So it's going to be interesting to see how Tamura grows from this encounter, if he's going to learn from it. We also see that Overhaul's power seems to be the plague, which, if you've seen the old Doctors in history, you might see a resemblance from his mask. We then find out that All Might doesn't want to talk to Sir Night Eye because he ended up exactly how he warned him in the end, which was kind of alluded to in the opening of season 4. It looks like in this season for sure we'll see more about their relationship. Togata has also been working with Night Eye and has been doing so for a year. If that's the case, you just have to wonder how strong Togata is to be working with the ex-partner of the number one superhero in the world. And it seems to be like a match, not unlike All Might and Sir Night Eye in the past. Now, so power and brains. We also find out a new flaw in All Might's persona, that like any person he feels bad for not taking the advice of his friend and ending up exactly as how he warned, and can't face him right now. I like this more human side of All Might, but it's going to be very interesting when the two do meet in the future, how All Might's going to reconcile with Sir Night Eye now that he's ended up without All for One anymore. We also find out that Togata would have been All Might's successor if he had not met Midoriya, which is shocking, but something I can also see. Togata really brings a strong aura and seems really likable and strong. And I'm sure we will find out more about Togata and Night Eye's relationship and why he chose him in the first place. We also see Deku moving forward from his childhood goal of saving everyone with a smile just like All Might, and now he wants to be stronger than everyone else so he can save everyone. He was thinking about how he put his mom through pain and how he lost to Bakugo, and he could barely save that water boy when he released that, I think it was 1,000,000% smash. This goal is more true to himself. We also find out that Night Eye is still pretty obsessed with All Might, as he has posters of All Might and is just basically watching his videos all the time. And he likes to laugh, despite his appearance, which Midoriya, despite his best effort, failed to do so. I like this fanservice moment, and I wonder if this is the smile Deku will make when he makes it to the top. So there we have it. That's episode 2. Now let's get on to episode 3. Boy Meet ... and that's the title, which I'm assuming to be is World, Boy Meets World. This episode, Midori has to prove himself to Sir Night Eye in order to get accepted for work study. We find out what a big fan of All Might Sir Night Eye is, which is kind of weird for me because if you were someone's partner with enough of a bond to tell them they were going to ruin themselves in the future, how could you still idolize them so much? Midoriya gets the attention of Night Eye when he proves that he's also a huge fan of All Might, saying he knows about a lesser known incident where All Might saves a guy in lemon water, and basing his face of that. So I wonder in the future if we'd be able to see who knows more about All Might in terms of fandom. However, something surprising is Sir Night Eye also knows about One For All. He's the other person All Might alluded to knowing of how it can be passed on and cultivated from one person to the other, which could be why he asked for Togata in the first place. to raise him to be a proper successor for All Might when the two did come back to talking maybe. But Night Eye isn't going to give in to Midoriya easily and wants him to prove himself as worthy by taking the stamp from Night Eye in 3 minutes, which we find out later in the episode was supposed to be impossible to achieve because from the revelation of Sir Night Eye's quirk, we can see that it allows him to see the actions of someone else if he touches them and looks in their eyes. Seeing this in action, I wonder what the limitations of this are. If he can see the future, as he says, from minute up to an hour, can he change the outcome? If he knew someone was going to detonate a bomb, could he stop it? Anyway, Deku gets respect from Night Eye by not jumping on All Might's merch, and in his acceptance speech he goes on about wanting to cultivate a bright new symbol of peace. So I wonder how Tagada and Midoriya's relationship will progress now that one of them, at least, knows that Tagada was selected preemptively by Sir Night Eye and the principal to be a successor to All Might. Anyway, we get back to UA and we see that Tokiyami, Kirishima, Uraraka, and Asui have leads on work studies, so no doubt we'll get a whole episode on them working through that, as well as the others trying to find work study. I'm really looking forward to Bakugo's work study, but I wonder who he will go with because Best Jeanist is obviously out of the picture for now. I would feel that he would get along with Endeavor, the number 2, or should I say number 1 now. Anyway, we cut back to Night Eye's hero agency and we're coming in hot. We knew that they were working on the League of Villains, but to so suddenly have Deku working on it as well, it's kind of dangerous for a student, I guess. But as we were told earlier, the agencies that accept this risk are the top of the top. And that's the episode end. But you have to watch the preview. If you didn't, you have to go back and watch it because it is pretty high. We finally see who we now know as Eri, the little girl in the trailer, running from Overhaul, and what do you know, she bumps into Midoriya of all people, on the patrol. So what's Midoriya supposed to do when he was asked by Sir Night Eye just to collect intelligence, not to make any big move, but he's right in front of him with someone to save? What's supposed to happen? Well, we don't need to wonder because we're told that Midoriya lets Eri go, and he absolutely gets blasted by Night Eye. And perhaps even All Might from the shot. All Might's whole thing is saving everyone when he's there. However, it looks like Deku has failed in this, and so it's going to be interesting what advice All Might and Sir Night Eye has for something that they presumably have never done before, which is to fail to rescue someone, to my knowledge. However, another big bombshell tomorrow. All Might is going to reveal his future as seen by Night Eye, which I don't know what to make of, because on one hand, you have All Might saying that he won't be there next time All for One versus Deku happens, and on the other hand, what could Sir Night Eye have even seen beyond All Might's future from an hour from the last time that they saw each other? Which I'm guessing is years. So what could All Might possibly be alluding to? I guess we will find out tomorrow. Anyway, thanks for watching episode 65 and 66 video together. If you stayed to the end, I hope you'll give a like and comment on what you're looking forward to seeing in the next episode. And I'll see you guys then.